So here he was, tromping around a small city in the rain, trying to find a way to get a working camera for the next morning. Late afternoon, in places closed for siestas, and a strange language, and no umbrella. Though, in its way, even the rain was pretty. As he watched the rain, X heard a voice. "Find a flower that lasts more than a season," it said. Well, fine, X thought. Now this on top of everything else. Well, maybe the museum in town would have some flowers in it that lasted. He realized that thinking about obstacles wasn't getting him anywhere. He resolved to be a better person. And at that moment, as he stood wondering where he could find an umbrella in this strange town, someone came by and, true story, threw away a pretty good umbrella, and then looked at X as if to make sure he'd gotten the point. X went to the museum, and someone who worked there, that's her there on the right, called somebody she knew, who had a camera that X could use. Not only that, but she let him film inside the museum, which normally people couldn't do. With all these angels around, this must be some sort of heaven. Something that's in its right place, the place where it's meant to be. It stays there where it's meant to be.
This might take a bit longer than you would wish. This might take a bit
Thomas
longer.
and Tatimus took 2 T's to tie 2 tops to 2 tall trees.
The easy way is the hard way.
Did it
Hard
happen?
It's in
way
the
is the
place
easy
where it's
way.
meant to be. It just stays there.
Don't listen.
It's
Just
calm.
do.
It's huge, like sea finian, sea fin. They say fin is there.
It is in the dark moment. It is in the dark moment.
You can see sea fin.
It is in the dark
Sea fin.
moment. It is in the dark.
It's something to feel when you're happy. In the spring, it's like you know that they'll be there forever. And the first letter is first sound. O. Surely this was the shape of the future. The shape of the future would have more curves to it, X thought. Or some new understanding between curve and straight line. After all, the straight line, the Cartesian grid, had been allowed to run rampant the last few hundred years, with the result that people were living in boxes, mental and physical square boxes. Maybe there could be some new dance between the straight line and the curve and everything it represented: creativity, fertility, yin, change, imagination.
Okay, we can do this the easy way, the hard way. The easy way is the hard way too.
Page now, right? I don't know what innocence, the unexpected. All good comes when we are innocent. Like I was innocent tonight. Well, I suppose I wasn't, but I was.
This building was a higher evolution in the relationship between the curve and the line, reason and imagination. Frank Gehry had imagined it, just as Gaudi had imagined his park in Barcelona. They had imagined and created worlds. Who was to say what shapes the flowers of creativity would take in the future? X had seen a painting. You might know it, Las Meninas by Velázquez. It's a painting of the royal family and the court, but the painter paints himself into it. The whole painting looks like it's what he sees in a mirror. What is a mirror but a glass with metal behind it?
But I have to put what's up here out into the world. Like it's gotta go, and whether that be in dance or in art or in writing, it's gotta come out. But part of that may be because if it stays in, I'll go crazy. I think it's what I project. I am my projection.
The world he sees is one he at once creates and reflects. When X went through those doors, he went into a room, and from the many books in the room he chose one, and among the many pages it contained, the book fell open to show a painting by a painter X liked, Basquiat, a painting that was in this building for these few months only. Here is the painting. It's about music and alchemy, a study of metals, their qualities and changes, and how these are reflected in the student and in the world. X saw that in looking at the shapes and changes of metals, he had glimpsed the spirit of the world.
You just are. And then other people put a name on you, and sometimes you put a name on yourself, but
Everything
you know who you
connects.
are.
As above, so below. Harmony. Alchemy X reflected on his journey. His walking feet had brought his watching eye to this magnificent place, and to himself.
You just are.
He saw himself reflected in the metal. All the strength and flexibility of titanium were in him, and in anyone who cared to look for them. There was a creativity that shaped the qualities in him, in the same way it shaped even plates of metal into the forms of flowers, or fish, or ships, or anything you like. He saw that he had been in a titanium flower, and that there were flowers in him that would last more than a season. I and the flower are one, he realized. And that was the making of Alchemy X. Essence.
Oh, Mr. Such. Oh, my essence. I don't know.